Hi, and thanks for joining me again on my channel. Today's video, I'm going to do an in-depth review of FISHKEEPINGFOREVER.com. A lot of you will know this is one of my main sites, and it's had some ups and it's had some downs, but it's still one of my strongest websites, and a lot of you have been asking for an update. Since Income School came to my home over a year ago now and helped me revamp the site was quite small. It was getting around 10-15,000 page views a month, and then they came to my home, helped me revamp it, relaunch the site, and we got a lot more traffic. So since then, I've not really done an update on it, and a lot of people have been asking me, how's it doing, how's it getting on? I do focus and feature on it within my income reports and stuff, but I've never done a behind the scenes view of the site, so you guys can see exactly what's going on and what the plans are for the site. So today's that day. I thought, let's get stuck in and show you behind the scenes on FISHKEEPINGFOREVER.com. Okay, so here we are over at FISHKEEPINGFOREVER.com. As you can see, the landing page here, the home page, there's quite a nice, simple, clean design. It's running Generate Press on here, and we'll have a look in a minute some of the plugins we're using. But as you can see, it's just got a sidebar and a nice, clean, simple image block to send people over to the relevant sections. We've also then got the individual menus across the top. The beginner's guide is just one very long article that has been actually turned into a PDF ebook, which we give away for free in response to our capturing emails, which, to be fair, I don't really use that much. It's only a small list, and I probably don't use it as good as I should do. But as you can see, it's about 7,000 or 8,000 word article. And then we've got sections like aquarium plants, product reviews, fish types, our general fish keeping blogs, and then a link over to the free ebook. So if we take a look at some of the analytics on this site, so the site is around 2 years and 1 month old currently, and the site's seen a nice, steady, organic increase, which is exactly what you want to see on a niche website. So somewhere around here, you can see in August, we started getting around 300, 400, 500 visits per day. And that was a nice increase in traffic from when, after Income School had been to my home. So I don't know if you've seen the video. In fact, I've got it loaded here. If you have a look here, Income School came to my home after I won a competition, and they flew to my home and they revamped the website for me, and spent a couple of days giving me some guidance and tuition how to grow the site. So if you take a look at the video now, you can actually see how the theme used to look. So if I play this here, you can see, I'll just play it back there, you can see that the site was running X theme, which wasn't too bad in its day. It certainly had its time now, and we've moved on now to Generate Press, which is much faster. It gives us some much better mobile and desktop speed. So, I mean, if you compare, if you take a look at the website there, and then you can see how it looks now. So if I flick between the two, you can see that's how it looked, a little bit cluttered, and that's how it is now, much cleaner. So if we go back to the analytics, you can see that at our peak was getting around 70 to 80,000 page views per day. Everything was looking good, everything's rosy, income was nice, and then the Maycore update hits. It actually started rolling out in mid-April, in fact, and you can see here, if I zoom in, you can see here, we started to see the decline in April, and then right here, May the 4th, I think it was, yeah, May the 4th be with you, it just boom, tanked, and it's not really increased since then. So the website is still getting around 1,500 page views a day at the moment, compared to its high around 2,000 and some. So it lost about 30% of its traffic, and no signs of it coming back yet. A little sign of it coming back, but nothing too dramatic. So if we head back over to the website now, we'll take a look at a couple of articles. So we go for information content mainly. This website is built with around 300 articles. In fact, let's take a look how many we've got. Are over in the back end of my website, and you can see here that I'm using a little plugin here, word counter plugin. Then you can see we have 316 articles, 16 pages, The site's 2 years old and it has just short of 600,000 words on the website. Now, that's quite a decent amount of words. My aim for this site was to have over 1 million words by now, but since the Make All update hit, I haven't really produced much content at all because I'm not going to throw money into the website if it's not continuing to grow. So until we fix this, or until there's a rollback and I start seeing some traffic increases again, I'm not going to invest too much back into this site. It is still currently earning well, so I can just sit back and all that hard work, 2 years of producing all this content, now gives me a good income, so I can just sit back and relax, let Google do its thing, see what happens, and once it starts growing and the signs of recovery, I'll throw a ton more content at it again. So while we're here, we'll take a look at the plugins that we're running on here. So if we go to installed plugins, we can have a look at what we're using. So we have Ad Inserter, which I use to put banners on every single page. I don't use it to insert ads, I just use it to insert so like your Amazon disclaimer. So if you just go back to an article, and you can see here the disclaimer at the top of the page that shows people that we are using Amazon and affiliate links, and if they click them we earn a commission. So I use Ad Inserter for that. I've also got some banners for an independent pet program that I use. That's actually started to perform really well, to be honest, and I use that to place banners on every single page. It saves me manually going on and adding them. Better search and replace, I don't actually use that now, so that was that's a plugin which I'll actually be taking off. If you add a wrong Amazon tracking ID, let's say you've got multiple sites and you put some products on this site but you use the wrong tracking ID, if you've used the long full ID, which we always tell you to use, you can instantly swap it out. So you can say to this plugin, I'm using, this is the Amazon ID I want to use, get rid of this Amazon ID, and it'll swap it out. So because I've got so many websites, I often keep putting products in this website under the wrong Amazon ID. So that's not good if you ever come to sell the website, because your figures won't look as good. Content Egg is what we use for pulling some of our products in. So if I show you what that is, if I go to a product review, so we've got 5 best gravel cleaners here. So this is the kind of thing that Content Egg will do. It will pull in this and it will pull in this here. So there's different ways you can get it to format, but they use Amazon's API, so they update the pricing, so you're all abiding with Amazon's terms and conditions. Let's have a look at the other ones. So we've got dashboard word count, so that's what I use to see how many words I've got on the website. Easy table of content, I'm sure you all know what the table of contents are. Elementor, I've used that to build out the theme. The GDPR cookie consent, every website needs one of those. Generate Press is the theme that I'm using. i2 pros and cons, I don't really use that now. Insert header and footer is a great tool to insert code. So if you need to change something or add Google Analytics, you can simply add the code in via that. iTheme security, Link Whisper, awesome plugin. If you've not heard me or seen me talk about it, I may have a video on it, I can't remember. If I have, I'll leave a card up in the top corner here. I use Link Whisper to internally link all my content. So if we have a look at this one here, this gravel cleaner, you'll see that if we go further down to the information, you'll see that a lot of these links here are all internal links to other products, and Link Whisper is a really easy way of doing that. So interlinking your content is really vital, because it's what Google uses. When Google comes to your website to crawl your website, it has a certain amount of time to crawl your website, literally like 10 seconds or something. So the easier it is for Google to crawl your website via internal links, the more pages you'll get indexed and the better rankings you'll see. So I use that. Mediavine Control Panel is for my premium ads. Page Scroll to ID, I don't use that again, another plugin I'll be taking off. That's where at the top where, similar to your table of contents, you might say skip to this part and it will skip down the article and go to another section of the article. You do that now with table of contents, so it's an old plugin, I can remove that. So Rank Math SEO is still on this site. Again, I brought a video out a couple of months ago saying how I deleted my SEO plugins, which I have on various websites. I've not done it on this website just yet because of all the turmoil that's going on within Google and me losing the rankings and the make or update. I didn't want to rock the boat on this website. I just want to leave it and see if it naturally comes back. Again, so I'll leave a card to the SEO plugin video I did. Actually, the websites where I've taken my SEO plugin, I've seen some really great results, to be honest. So, you know, something to think about. Image resizing is for short pixel for all my images. I have my sitemap on there. My website is managed by spiderweb.co.uk, fantastic hosting service. Go check their website out. That's Spider without an E, and go check them out. TablePress I use to create my tables within the content. An add-on Ultimate Elementor plugin, and WP Rocket, which really speeded up my site. So as you can see, there's still quite a lot of plugins on here. There's probably 5 on here that I need to delete, but we're seeing some pretty good page speeds at the moment, so it's not really been a big issue. So if I was to recommend any plugins on here that you would certainly benefit from using, I would certainly say your table of content plugin is really handy, unless you're using Elementor and you can use their inbuilt table of contents. That would save you another plugin. I would definitely recommend, you need a GDPR cookie consent, of course, and the insert header and footer without a doubt. And then I would certainly recommend Link Whisper for internally linking your content. And then I would definitely suggest Short Pixel for image optimization. I forgot how good this plugin is. I'm just currently building out my mega website, and I'd not put Short Pixel on there to start with. And it takes forever to individually optimize images, whereas with Short Pixel you just pay for a certain plan, upload as many images as you want, and it just resizes them down to a suitable size for WordPress, and it optimizes them and shrinks the file size down. So fantastic. I would never ever build a website anymore without Short Pixel. And then the other plugin I would certainly suggest would be WP Rocket to speed up your website. So if you're good enough and at setting websites up and optimizing them, you may not need that, but it's something that I found that uses very little file width, and it certainly improved the speed on my website. So talking about speed, let's head over and have a look at the speed that we're getting from Fishkeeping Forever. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got a mobile score of 63, which has actually dropped, but like I said, I've around 5 plugins on there that I don't really need, so I know as soon as I take them off, that'll be back up in the high 80s. And if we go to desktop, we're seeing a 92 score. So not too worried about it. I'm not getting obsessed with it now. I've had both scores up in the high 90s, and it didn't improve my rankings. It had no effect on my core web vitals. So I kind of stopped worrying about it. If you go over to the website, click through some content, bang, it loads. Go back to the home page, let's load another one up, click, bang, it loads. It's fast, that's all I can say. I mean, the hosting is really good. Spiderweb.co.uk offers some fantastic hosting, so I'm not too worried about that. So actually, while we're here, let's take a look at some of the content on here. So here we have an information article. What is the lifespan of a goldfish? You can see nice title, SEO, so the keyword is lifespan of a goldfish. Nice image, and you can see here we have a Pinterest pin, which brings in a bit of traffic, and then we've got some our headings, H2 headings, some nice images. See, all these headings are all what's searched in Google. So, you know, what is the age of the oldest goldfish ever? What is the lifespan of a goldfish? How long do goldfish live? They're all related to age and lifespan of a goldfish. Good diet to improve the lifespan of a goldfish. What is the best temperature for goldfish? 5 ways to increase the lifespan of a goldfish. So, as you can see, pretty good article. I'm not sure how many words this is, looks about a 2,000 word article. And then it's got a nice FAQ at the bottom here. Final closing statement, and then some links to other related content. So this is a generalized response or query informational post that we'd have on our website. And if we have a look at some of the product reviews to give you an idea. So if we go to something like this, so this is Marineland MagniFlow canister filter. So again, a nice created image, which I've done on Canva. If you're not seeing my video, again, I'll leave a card in the description for Canva. I use it for all my thumbnails for my YouTube videos and for all my articles. It costs $10 a month, I think it is, and there is hundreds of thousands of images on there, and you can change them, resize them, add text. It's fantastic. So definitely go check Canva out. I will leave a link in the description. I have an affiliate link for Canva, so I'll leave that in the description below. But as you can see here, so we have a nice intro. So you're looking for an external canister filter. We recommend the MarineFlow 360. Straight in with, here's a link over to Amazon and a video here to keep them on the page longer. It's not our video, I wish it was. It would certainly be another way of creating some revenue, but somebody else's video, and it keeps them on the page. Once they've watched that video, they'll have a mindset of, you know what, it looks really good, this. And then straight underneath that, well, here's a link. So we get straight in with a kill. Let's go for that. Then we've got some internal links you can see here. Why choose the Marineland filter? What type of aquarium is it suitable for? About the company, the size that they'll need, the product description, and then a few accessories for it that they might need, final thoughts, where to buy it, and another last call to action. So that's quite a standard individual product review. Okay, so if we have a look at kind of a best buy article, got one here, best koi pond aerators. So if we click this, you can see how we do a kind of a best X for X product review. So as you can see here, got the intro, we've got a nice thumbnail, a little bit of an intro, hooking them into why they might need one, Pinterest pin as always, and then straight away we hit them with, here's our 3 options. Tend to do 3 options quite a lot now, so maybe it's a small, medium or large, or it might be a budget, intermediate product or an expert product, and give them 3 different price points. I'm certainly shying away now from 10 best this and best 10 that products. There's just too many, it takes too long to write. So I tend to go with a lot of, here's the 3 best products. So if you want a product, you don't want to have to crawl through 10 different products or varieties. You just want somebody to say, listen, we've narrowed it down to the best 3, take your pick from the best 3, and there might be 3 different price points, or it might be 3 different sizes. So that's how we're doing them at the moment. So you can see here, straight to the link, straight over to Amazon, then table of content, and then into the actual content itself. Video embedded, what to look for, the ponds through winter time, the pond sizes, and then into the reviews themselves. So here's the one for a small pond. As you can see, just the Amazon Stripe image, a link, and the review of it, and then a final read more customer reviews on Amazon here. I don't tend to do buy now or click to buy. It tends to be see the latest prices on Amazon, or read more customer reviews on Amazon, or get more information from Amazon, that kind of thing. And then the medium pond one, and then the large pond one. And then we'll finish with some more information. So here's a little bit more FAQ, a bit about koi fish, and then we always give them the editor's choice as well. So this is the one I would pick if I was buying an aerator for my pond. As you can see, really nice product review, quite standard, quite generic. You know, why fix something that's not broken? These tend to work really well, so we stick with what works, and we find these work really well. Like I said, the income that you'll see on some of my income reports, again, I'll post the latest income report up in a card up here. It doesn't make a lot of money on Amazon, this site, probably around $200 or $300 maximum. and it's because we focused on traffic and ads. So we make the majority of our money on this site from ads, and it's only recently we've been adding product reviews on here. The rest has been information, and that's how we managed to get the traffic to like 80,000 page views a month, by solely going after information, because my plan was to hit 100,000 page views a month and then hit it with about 50 product reviews and then cash in on the traffic that we've got. But after the Make Or update, the traffic dropped, so it took our focus off products a little bit. So talking of ad revenue, here we are over at Mediavine's dashboard, and you can see here the kind of money this website's making. Before the core update, it was doing around $1,300 a month just on ads. We had our RPM, which is the revenue we earn per 1,000 visitors, was up in the $20. As you can see now, it's averaging around $13 to $14. So it has dropped significantly since the pandemic. The pandemic hit us, and obviously people stopped spending money on advertising rates. So it's not fully recovered from that yet. I do expect it to get back up to the $20 mark. But like I say, it was doing around 80,000 page views with a $20 RPM, so it was doing really good on ad revenue. But as you can see now, it's currently making around $500 at the month for 34,000 unique visitors, so page views or more. Obviously each session visitor comes to your site, they read more than one page, so page views getting around 40,000. Individual sessions, which is what Mediavine pays you on, is 34,000 on this site right now. So if I have a look at, if I custom the date now, and I'll put it from, let's say from February. So you can see from February, the site's made nearly $3,000 in ad revenue. So it's not too bad. You can see the fluctuation here on the graph, how it was doing really good, and then just slid away with when the pandemic started, and then also as the traffic dropped away with the Make Or update. So we got hit with the pandemic and the core update. You can see that now it's slowly starting to come back. Now you can see here we had an RPM go as low as $3. I mean, that's just insane. I don't think any publisher's seen RPM rates that low ever. This pandemic was certainly, you know, a beast on its own. So, but you can see now we're climbing back up. We're now back up to, you know, some days we're hitting almost $17. So that revenue is starting to come back up. So, you know, I'm quite confident if the traffic comes back on this site, goes back up to where it was, 70, 80,000 page views, it'll be doing well over $1,000 a month just in ad revenue. And obviously once the traffic increases back up to 70, 80,000, then our Amazon earnings will increase as well. So I would expect that to go to $600, $700. So, you know, the site still has potential as it is for doing $1,500 to $2,000 a month quite easily. But with the amount of content we've got on the site, you know, compared to my competitors, I could certainly see that, you know, this site could do 200,000 page views without any issue at all. In fact, some of the, about 100 of the articles that I've got are currently sitting on page like 10 of Google. So all it takes for those, for this rollback in May the 4th to send those 100 articles up, even to page 2 or the bottom of page 1, and it'll throw on at least another 75 to 100,000 page views a month. So, you know, just sit back and wait and see what happens with the site. Don't think there's any need to panic, just leave it and see what happens, and hopefully all this traffic comes back. If you take a look back over at Google Analytics, you can see like currently at the moment there is still 8 users on the site. It's very rare that I log into Google Analytics and there's never more than less than 4 or 5 people on the site. So you can see that it's starting to, there's a sign here, look, green numbers, there's a sign that it's starting to bounce back. If you see some of my income reports, like say, you'll see all the data I give on there. So let's head back to the website. So if you take a look at like pond fish, for instance, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, plenty of articles on here. Some are doing really well. So if we just have a look at something, so how deep should a pond be for koi fish? And let's just go to an incognito mode. and let's just type that. So how deep should a koi pond be? Excuse my slow typing. Let's have a look, see if we're ranking for this. So there we are on page 1. Again, like I was saying, bottom of page 1. So still work to be done with this. That particular item, I believe, was about position 2 or 3 before May the 4th update. So, you know, if it didn't wipe it out of the index altogether, it certainly dropped it in some of the rankings. So if you take a look at my keyword tracking tool, I use SERP Robot. I'll log in here. I'm sure you'll excuse me for blanking out some of the URLs. But if we log into here, and you can see some of the numbers we're getting. So if we log into here, you can see for FISHKEEPING FOREVER, I split it down into fish, plants, general terms, and then buyer intent. And that is kind of the product review. So I've split them into categories so I can see how things are doing. And as you can see here, 24 hours ago, we had, and these aren't all my keywords, I've not entered them all into here, it's just a few to give me an idea and a feel for how traffic's going. You can see that we have 60 keywords at the minute, which is in red, so it's 18 have gone up in the SERP rankings and 20 have come down. So a bit of a mixture there. So if you go to plants, you can see we're in green, so with 14 articles being tracked, 3 have gone up in this index and 2 dropped down. And then general terms, so we've got 74 keywords we're tracking in here. 15 have gone green, so that's a nice increase in rankings, and only 8 have dropped. And the buyer intent, 44 articles being tracked, of which 8 have increased and 14 have gone down. So as you can see, a bit of a mixed bunch. There is some signs there. The general terms is the one that I keep an eye on most of all, because it gives me a general mixture, general overview of the site, how it's doing, and it's green. So, and it has been green for the last few days. So like I said, fingers crossed, there's some slight signs of improvement. Bit of a review on there. I'm not getting into the Amazon earnings because you can see them on my income report. And to be fair, I didn't set the Amazon ID, tracking IDs up as good as I should have done. I actually set 2 Amazon accounts up by mistake. So some of my income comes in one Amazon account, some comes in another. Some of it comes under a fish keeping ID, some comes in a random ID that I made up. So it is very hard to show you guys a solid figure to say this is how much exactly to the penny FISHKEEPING FOREVER makes on Amazon. I do that in my monthly income reports. I have to pull all the numbers out from all the different Amazon accounts and different IDs and add it all together to give you a figure. So, but to give you a financial look on the site, so currently we're getting around 42,000 page views a month. It earns around $300 from Amazon, and it's earning around $500 a month from Mediavine. I do also sell some private advertising space on the website, and that often earns me a couple of $100 per month. I've then got some other pet affiliate programs that I'm using on here, and again that earns a couple of $100. So in total the site's around $1,000 a month at the moment. It's probably at the lowest it could be. I would expect this site next year to be earning $1,500 to $2,000 quite passively, just leave it. I'm not going to throw a ton of money or content at this site at the moment, but if, like I say, if we see it rocketing up in that index again, I certainly will do. I'll jump on the bandwagon, which is what you should always do. When you see some signs of improvement or some signs of success, you should jump on it with both hands and go after it. So there you go, guys. That's my review of FISHKEEPING FOREVER. So guys, there you go. That was an in-depth look at FISHKEEPINGFOREVER.com. It's now kind of turned into a bit of a case study site for me. It still is one of my main focus sites, but what the future holds for this site, I don't really know. I have some big plans. A lot of you may know about my mega website that I've launched or in development stages at the moment with. And that is going to take a lot of funding and a lot of time and a lot of effort. So will I keep FISHKEEPING FOREVER, or will I sell it and use them funds to use on the big mega website? Who knows? It's still a little bit too early to say. The traffic hopefully will recover on this site from the make or update very soon, and if it does, the income from it should shoot up because the content is on there, as you've seen, over 300 articles, so it has a potential for getting at least a couple of 100,000 page views a month with the current content that's on there if it all started to rank and come up the SERP index. So if that happens, the revenue would increase dramatically, and I may not need to sell it to invest the funds into my new mega website. However, a lump sum of cash is always nice, especially when you're working on a new website. So what the future holds for Fishkeeping Forever, I do not know, but you will be the first to know if I decide what I'm doing with it. And in the meantime, I'll still include a report in my monthly income reports for you guys so you can see what's going on. So there you go, guys. It's been a long time coming as this review, but I hope you liked it. It was a little bit long, but you know, I've had so many questions, so many people asking so many different things about it. It wasn't going to take a 2 or 3 minute video to cover everything. I had to do quite an in-depth video. So now when somebody asks me, how's the website doing? I can send them over to this video and they can watch and see for themselves. So thanks again for joining me, guys. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Hit the bell icon, then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I've got lots of content coming out soon, and hopefully it'll all help you increase your revenue and build your websites out to make a full-time passive income. So thanks a lot for joining me, guys. See you in the next video.